right. So you ready for this New York City pizza story?
Yeah, man. Tell me about the
I
pizza.
mean, I could try and make it entertaining. I don't know if it will be in the end, but here we go. So when I made that comment about getting lost in New York City with a phone, it's because one day Laura and I actually took a trip to New York City just completely random. We had no plans on doing anything besides just walking around and being
Mm.
tourists and experiencing, uh, St. Patrick's Cathedral and Times Square and all that kind of, staple
Hmm.
NYC stuff, getting pizza on a paper plate, wax paper, all
Yeah,
that.
man.
And I remember that day, I think I texted Vic and he's like, "Oh, dude, you got to check out Joe's Pizza." And I was like, "It's literally just called Joe's Pizza." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, it's like legendary." So at one point we tried to find it. I took out my phone and I used I think it was Waze or whatever built-in GPS app that I had at the time. And I put it into like walk mode, which most people probably don't do because you're generally driving.
Mm.
So I put it in walk mode and it was literally just getting us more and more lost everywhere we went. So it was
Weird.
probably something to do with what you said, like the skyscrapers, the buildings interfering with signals, everybody else doing the same thing, Ubers and taxi drivers like just connected on all kinds of services. So it got to the point where we were just starving and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. We're not going to Joe's Pizza. We're going to this place right here. And I literally like looked to the left because in New York City, if folks you haven't been, there's pizza stores and or shops rather, like literally every few minutes, it
Right.
seems like. And we just turned to the left and there was a place that looked kind of seedy, but we're like, whatever, we're
Yeah.
here for pizza, we're not here to dine. And yeah, we got our delicious heart attack grease cheese pizza dripping off the wax paper and the paper plate.
Yeah.
And that's what you get in New York City, and it's worth it.
So to kind of piggyback off of your Joe's Pizza story here, me and a couple of my buddies, Mike and Vin, went out to Brooklyn for a band. Went to like this dive bar in Brooklyn to see this band that Mike likes. Name of the band is Annika,
Mm,
Anaka. They're like a heavy metal band. They're really cool dudes too, very friendly, and they've done quite a few albums. And Mike's a huge fan of theirs, right? So we've had Mike on the show. He's visually impaired, so driving is an issue for him. So he reached out to me and Vin and was like, "Come on, guys, let's go make a road trip out of it." He had this car he was working on, and was like, "Let's take the car, let's hit the road, let's go see Annika, get some beers, and head home." Right. So we jump in the car, and it's this old '90s Mustang, and we drive down to Brooklyn in it and everything. We get to the bar, and we're chatting with the guys from the band. This is like way early in the night, and we're like, "Oh, hey, where's a good spot to get some food around here?" And he walks us outside, and he goes like this. He points down the street, and he goes, "You see that place down there? It's called Pizza Wagon. Go to Pizza Wagon." And we're like, "Pizza Wagon?" He's like, "Pizza Wagon." And we went to Pizza Wagon. Pizza Wagon was fucking great, man. Let me tell you.
Jesus Christ!
It
Don't you
was
love that, man?
it was just like this, this place had like four tables. It served their drinks in the red plastic cups that you get from the old Italian restaurants. The entire
Uh-huh.
wall was floor to ceiling pizza boxes because all they're doing is making pizza, sending them out the door, making pizza, sending them out the door. And I
Uh-huh.
kid you not, there was this guy that kept coming in peddling money for crack while we're
That's
eating our pizza.
hysterical.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
But Pizza Wagon was legit, dude. And if we're ever in Brooklyn again, Pizza Wagon's a good spot to go to. Just your old school New York slice, no fucking frills. You fold it,
Hmm.
you eat it.
No fluff,